Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back once again to Youngstar TV. Yeah, you can call me Youngstar. If that happens to be your first time watching me, then please consider subscribing to this particular channel. Today, I am going to have an interesting conversation with a certain man. Now, I've met this man before and then I've done an interview with him before. This time around, it's not going to be an interview. It is going to be a conversation. He happens to be the former MP for Madina Abokobi constituency. And today, I've followed him right at his place. He is having a project here, and so I decided to follow him and have this interesting conversation with him. Since the election for the 2024, presidency and MP is fast approaching. Join me and let's have this interesting conversation with Honorable Amadu Sorogho. Okay, Honorable, you're welcome once again.
Thank you.
I'm happy to meet you once again. The last time we met around
during the assembly elections, when they were doing their campaign, and the assemblyman was grading the road.
Yeah, that was when
I remember very well.
There were so many things I wanted to ask you, but because of the how busy you were, I was not able to talk to you how I wanted to.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Today it's a special day because you know we are in Ramadan, and today is the second day of fasting. So, and to us Muslims, today is a special day. The month is a holy month. Every good that you do, God will multiply it.
Okay.
And God has chained Satan. So this is the month that the Holy Quran was revealed to the Holy Prophets. You know, the peace and blessing of Allah.
Satan has actually been chained.
Yes. So now he's been chained. And it's only those who don't want to get near to God who will not get near to God. God has opened a lot of favors for us. So today is a special day.
Yes.
Ramadan, special day. Rahma.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I mean, today is not going to be an interview. It's going to be a conversation.
Yeah.
I want us to have that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Are you still into politics or you stopped? Are you still into those things?
Politics, I don't know which of the politics you are talking about. As you were coming here with my dear daughter, you needed to plan. The money is not plenty. Which one? What do we buy? As we are coming, we pick a taxi. Do I buy petrol into my car? You examine all these things. You are doing politics. Politics is just about allocating scarce resources. You know, so that people can be satisfied. So everything that we do, we have domestic politics between the man and the wife, politics between the boy and the girlfriend, there's politics. The student and the teacher, there's politics. Ours is a national level where we are doing national politics. And I cannot retreat. We are into it. Especially now when the country is being torn apart. We need to come together, put our resources together, put our brains together, and salvage Ghana. Ghana is now into a deep hole. You know, led by Nana Akuffo and Bawumia. So we can't sit down and say we are a political. No, we all have to get involved. The little that we can do, we have to do to make sure that this country starts again to move forward. You know, especially for you, the youth. We are of age. We'll be moving very soon. We'll be dying and going. But what about you, the youth? Any future for you? That is where we've been talking. Today I was at Original TV, and the focus is about the youth.
Yeah.
Look, now, if you take the graduate unemployment, university, 28% to 30%. When you go to the SHS, 35%. Food inflation, 35%. You know, things are so nyama, let me put it in that way, that the youth can't get job. And the stealing is too much. So we need to come together. So I can't stop politics. I am deep into it. I'm supporting the NDC and John Dramani Mahama to come back and salvage this nation. And all the MPs who are standing in the name of our party, the great NDC.
So you see, you've once been an MP before. Yeah, I think if I'm correct, you've been an MP for 12 years.
Yes.
So sometimes when these MPs are coming, when they want you to vote for them, they'll be like, vote for me and I'll fix your roads. Vote for me. I mean, normally, that message that they normally pass out there, that is able to ginger some of us, we the voters, to vote for them is that particular message. Vote for us and we will fix the road. Is it the core duty of an MP to fix a road?
No, a member of parliament. You see, we have to differentiate between a member of parliament in UK,
okay,
a congressman or a member of representative, a house representative in US, and then a member of parliament in Ghana, and for that matter, a lot of the African countries.
Okay.
You see, the main work of an MP is to go and make laws.
Okay.
To serve as a check on the government financially.
Okay.
To make sure that the resources that are collected by government through taxes, okay, our exports are not misapplied or misappropriated.
Okay.
Every government, your core duty is to lift up your citizens, to make sure that they are better off than you find them.
Okay.
And so it is the allocation of resources. What are the resources? Resources include so many other things. Okay, service, cash, developments, and what have you, that you need to appropriate.
Okay.
So the main work of an MP is to come and make laws.
Okay.
By making laws, you have to take the opinion, the concerns of your citizens, your constituents. Because if you make good laws, laws that will benefit your constituents, you send it there. The executive, led by the president, are supposed to implement that laws so that your constituents can also benefit. The second is to serve as a check on the president's executive.
Okay.
You know, the government is made up of 3 arms.
Yeah.
The executive, led by the president, the ministers, chief executives, what have you. And then you come down to the legislature, headed by the Speaker of Parliament, made up of all the members of Parliament, serviced by the Parliamentary Service Board, and all the staff. Okay. Then from there you go to the judiciary, led by the Chief Justice, who is also supposed to be very impartial and to look at the law as it is and interpret it. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we have what we call the 4th realm of the estate. That is the mass media, the print, the electronic, and people like you who are supposed to look at what is happening and hammer it. Whether the person, you belong to the party or not, you do the right thing. When the citizens look left, right, and they cannot find helper, you are the people that they run to.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you get the 4th estate aligning themselves to parties, when you get the judiciary not looking at the law as the correct interpretation, you know, and they also align themselves to parties, that is where the problem is.
Okay.
Now, I told you that you need to differentiate between the advanced countries, member of parliament, and here. If you want to do the actual parliament work, you tell your constituents, I'm going to make sure that good laws are passed. You may not be an MP.
They won't vote for you. Okay.
So they want to hear something.
Okay.
So you promise them. Of course, don't promise what you think you cannot, because you are not the one.
Yes.
Your work is to lobby.
Yeah.
There are 2 types of lobbying. Some of them you need to apply first.
Yeah.
Me, that was what I was doing. Okay. And so when you hear Sorogho for Madina and Madina for Sorogho, even though I'm not an MP, almost 8 years, still, everywhere you go, they are crying for me. They have done everything to tell them that there is a new MP. They say, yes, we know, but Sorogho, you are our MP. You are the eye of Madina. You brought us from slavery. Because we were under Tema, taken from Tema, placed under Amasamai, taken from Amasamai, placed under Abokobi. You were the one who came and fought and got us an assembly.
Yeah.
You got at a hospital, except that we didn't have a land and it's been built at Kwabenya Atomic. The hospital is called Madina Public Hospital. But Nana Akuffo, who is fond of changing names and renaming things, came and changed that name to East Municipal Hospital. I'm not bothered. So long as the hospital is there to serve mankind, I'm okay with it. Okay? And so you need to promise. But one promise, and don't say that I will. Say I would lobby. I will put all my pressures to bear on the institutions that are responsible for providing these services.
Okay.
And I would expect you to be with me. When I say Choboy, I expect that you follow me. If we need to march to the minister's office, we'll march. That is what I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you hard work, truthful dedication, commitment. I'll stand by the truth and I'll be truthful to you.
Okay.
I will not hide anything from you. If you promise that on that basis and they accept you, okay. I think it is high time for us to tell the truth and be voted out.
Yeah.
Another person comes, he tells the truth and be voted out. When they realize that, look, there's nothing, they will now sit upright. And so the work of the MP, just like I said, is to make sure that you do good laws. And you know, the laws emanate from the executive.
Okay.
You see, the constitution is said that apart from the private members' bill, which can be initiated by private members, including the MPs, every bill that has an expenditure attached to it should come from the government.
Okay.
And the government is headed by Akuffo, that is the executive.
Yeah.
So they would say that, okay, look, in Quayman, we want to fix road. Now we need a law that will help us to do the roads.
Okay.
Then they will write their whatever, come together. They may come to Chairman or Quayman, ask them what they want. I'm telling you of a good bill.
Yeah.
Ask them what you need. They will listen to it. Just like what the president, John Dramani Mahama, is doing.
Okay.
Listening to them. Going across the country, I want to do my manifesto. But I want to know exactly, not that I don't know. Times change. What do you think you want us to do?
Okay.
You see, we call it participatory democracy.
Okay.
You move the people along with you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
After they have done that, then they now constitute a cabinet. This is what we want to do. Go and sit down and bring a bill.
Okay.
So the president will chair a cabinet meeting. They will go through it. And when they are satisfied, then it will be accompanied by a memorandum. Memorandum is to come and explain the rationale behind the bill. What the bill is intended to cure. Because every bill, every law is intended to cure something.
Yeah.
So that one is now sent to Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
With the accompanying memorandum.
Okay.
Speaker will now place it in Parliament. Then it will be referred to the appropriate committee. In Parliament, we have select committee and standing committee. Those are ad hoc. The committee is dissolved, like the speaker has set up certain committees to look into certain matters, you know, an attempted bribery of parliamentarians and what have you. That is an ad hoc committee.
Okay.
Then we have the standing committees and the select committees like Mines and Energy, which I was a chair, Trade, Industry and Tourism, which I was a chair. We have so many of them.
Okay.
And each one has a ministry attached to it. So when the bill is brought before the House and laid, Mr. Speaker will now refer it to the appropriate committee.
Okay.
The appropriate committee will now sit down, call for public inputs. Me, my bill can take 3 months. Okay. We go for workshops, call everybody who is interested. We advertise that such a bill is before us. If you know you have something, come. So people will present memoranda, others will come personally to come and face us and tell us that 1, 2, 3. After it is done, it is read through second, the third reading, considerations. A bill can come. At the end of it, before it becomes a law, it would have changed 60%.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. So on that note, I really like the way you've taken your time to run me through how some of these bills are passed to the law, the various sectors it needs to go before it will become law, and then letting the MPs know what they are supposed to know. I mean, you are
Yes.
making the normal voters, the normal
the constituents.
they know what they are supposed to do.
Yeah.
The MPs are supposed to do. Now, if the MP is the one that's supposed to pass the bill, present the bill, or
No, the MP passes the bill.
They are passing the
The
bill.
bill is presented by the president,
Okay.
but the minister will come and do it on behalf of the president.
Okay. All right. So there is this particular bill that is in Parliament right now as I'm talking to you, and that is the LGBT
Okay.
pass bill.
Okay.
Which I think last 2 weeks or last week it was passed by the majority, and then it is left for the president to append a signature. It looks like, looking at how things are going, it looks like the president is not ready to append his signature. It is looking like he's having the foreign interest because of some of the benefit that he will get from some of them. You know, when we went to IMF and then we went to borrow that amount of money from IMF, there were some rules and regulations, some guidelines as to how the money was going to be used, even by us, even though we are the one who borrowed the money. So it's looking like the government is not ready to append the signature. What do you think is going on for this particular thing to happen?
Well, first and foremost, you know, when you are a president for the people of Ghana. You are not a president for the name Ghana, it is the people.
Yes.
You carry your people along.
Yeah.
We all know that we have our cultures, our values. Ghana, if you go to Ashanti regions, it is the values, their tradition, the kente, the giraffe festivals, those things. When you go to the north, the Danquah, when you go to every tribe, that makes us unique. That identifies us Ghanaians. Okay? And then we also have our sovereign. Sovereign means that we are a separate entity, independent country. We think for ourselves. Nobody should think for us. So we realize that LGBTQ is not something that we plus.
Yeah.
For example, this lady can say that he's marrying these three. He's married to the three.
Yeah.
An animal or a dog. Somebody is married to a python. Big python. Sleeping with a python. Somebody, a man to a man. A woman to a woman. We think that apart from the religious aspect, Ghana, the last census, they are talking about 20% being Muslims, about 70% being Christians, and then the others being other traditionalists. All of us are against LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And so, if you are president leading the country on behalf of the people. Okay, so what the people want is what you are expected to do. But Nana Addo, you remember, he went for an interview at Al Jazeera, and he was asked by the interviewer that, look, this LGBTQ thing, what are you saying about it? Ghana. And he said so many things. At the end of the day, he said, it is bound to happen. It is bound to happen. He said there wasn't any pressure group that has arisen, said that the advocacy is not strong, but he knows that one day it was going to happen. He likened this to UK, where when he was a student, UK was not harboring LGBTQ, but with pressure groups, they are now leading. And so Ghana, it was bound to happen. They asked the late Professor Mills. He said, no way, it can't.
Mahama too.
Yes, I'm coming. He said, no way, it can't. And because of what they are coming to give us, he mentioned him, Blair. Blair was the Prime Minister then in UK. Then they can have it. We will not do it today. We will not do it today. They asked Mahama. Mahama says, I'm a Pentecostal.
Yeah.
My religion and culture is against it. So there's no way we can bring it. But we all know that a lot of the MPP, a lot of them, were just supporters. Some of them may even be practicing. We've heard a lot of them are practicing.
Yeah.
Okay? So Ghana has come. Fortunately, the president will never initiate such a law. The government wouldn't. 8 MPs decided to do it. 7 from the NDC, 1 from the MPP. And they did it. And it has gone through a lot of changes. It was introduced in 2021. We're in 2024. Okay? So finally,
the bill has
been passed. Now it is for the president to assent. That is the technical way.
Okay.
To give an assent by signing. Before even anybody could go to court, the president announced on the 4th of March that he couldn't append it when it comes because somebody had gone to court.
Who is that somebody?
But when we checked the court documents, the person went to court on the 6th of March, 5th or 6th, a day after the president had said. So the question that everybody is asking is, did the president discuss it with him? Did the president say, look, run and go to court so that I'll use that as a cover-up? That is what we are thinking. It has come out clear. The president cannot use money. This year, what is coming is about 600 million. What is 600 million? When the Auditor General is claiming that over 40 billion has gone into bribery and corruption. So we realize that they are getting support from that LGBTQ plus.
Okay.
There is a way out.
Okay.
There's a way out. The laws are clear. When the bill is presented to the president, he has 7 days to communicate back to the speaker whether he would sign or not. Within that 7 days, the constitution allows him to refer it to the Council of State for their advice, because that is the mandate of the Council of State, to advise the president. If they advise him, the advice will come in the form of a note plus whatever they want to, memorandum. If the president so wishes, he will then send this together with his own note and explaining why he thinks he can sign it as it is back to Parliament. Parliament will take it, look at the advice. If Parliament thinks that the advice is not going to serve the purpose for which the bill was introduced, if Parliament thinks that no, we are representing Ghanaians and that we can't accept it, Parliament will refuse to accept it and communicate back to the president. If the president still feels very hard that he won't sign, after, I think, is it 1 month or 3 months? I have to check. Parliament has every right to override the president by 2/3 majority vote. It will go, Mr. Speaker will put it to vote, and then look, the president has refused to sign. I'm invoking that article. You can go to the, I wish, if I knew this one was going to, I would have brought the constitution and quote the specific articles, 116 or 103, I forgot it. You know, and then that one, you know, this bill was passed unanimously. That is what we say, because there was nobody who said he dissented. Mr. Speaker said, look, during the second reading, now the time is up. All those who think that they are against, they are not interested, rise up. And nobody. So nobody, because from what Afenyomankin is saying, that if the vote had been secret, a lot of people would have voted against it. Means that some of the MPP members are afraid that when they show their face, they will lose at their constituency. Who brought you to Parliament? Your constituents. So if you know that by showing you will lose, it means your constituents, they don't want it. So why don't you go with what they want? Period. So when Mr. Speaker puts the question, when it comes to him, he says, yes, we are going to vote. It is stand up and be counted. You stand up and say yes or no. Let's see how many people will stand up. Because the constituent Ghanaians are waiting for them. 96% of Ghanaians say no way. Okay. So when all of them are voted, it's okay, unanimous. So whatever the president refuses to do, it becomes a law, automatic. But we don't think that the president has to walk us through difficulty.
I think so, because
to me, I think that this is the only thing that the legacy that he can leave Ghanaians. He doesn't have any good legacy to leave. So if he leaves this one, at least the people will say that, oh, it was Akuffo who signed into law the LGBTQ plus.
The anti.
The anti.
Yes.
You know, the Trumu bill. Okay. No, there's no way. We don't fear again.
Exactly.
That is the actual thing.
How can you just be there and then you just wake up one day and you decide to say, I'm a human. I'm a man. Want to sleep with a man?
Yeah.
That is.
You want, look at this beautiful girl following you. And you go for a man. Now the question is that those who are saying men, who born them? Oh. If all men should do that because they want everybody to go because it's good. And supposing we men, we say we are all doing. You, the youth, are all doing. How are we not killing humanity?
Yes, you are killing
within the next 15 years, there will not be any human being on earth.
Yeah.
So it is something that is completely, bizarre.
Yeah.
And that Akuffo is not signed.
I'm happy that you
all of us
support it. But then we know that this year there is election. And then this election is going to be, I mean, since I grown up, since I turned 18, all the elections I've witnessed, this is the one that I'm seeing to be one controversial election. People are thinking that Bawumia may be able to break the 8. And also it is looking like the second coming of President John Mahama. And then also there is this new person who is also now in the picture, the new force. Now, do you think that the, President John Dramani Mahama stands a chance of returning into power? Speaking like someone who is a neutral person, do you think this particular election year is going to be a year that will favor President John Mahama as a neutral person?
Well, first and foremost, I cannot be a neutral person because I don't think like a neutral person.
Okay.
Of course, yes, he also left Alan Chamanten. He's also there. The Afafanto.
Yes, sorry.
Afafanto is also there. Yeah. He's doing a lot of inroads in Ashanti in particular.
Yeah.
And then as for the new force, he has come to announce that he also wants to do politics, but I don't think, I don't know whether it's even going to stand. But assuming that all of them are standing, we'll put, the scale down. Now the most competitive is the MPP.
Yeah.
Bawumia has already done himself so much harm that I don't know how Bawumia can extricate himself. He said he's a mate. He said he's a mate. And, and not even a good mate. He's a very bad mate.
He said, if you give him 1,000 interchange and you give him a guy.
That one, we haven't even gone there. That is incompetence. Okay? If you watch what Bawumia said when he was in opposition and what Bawumia is doing now, I mean, nobody will even mind Bawumia. Because seriously speaking, take every sector. What can Bawumia do? First, go and Google now. The greatest liar.
Yeah, I know. It's Bawumia.
Bawumia.
Yes.
So how do you want your president to be the greatest liar?
But you see, some of these things, at the end of the day, the Ghanaians, the normal Ghanaians, they don't care about some of these things. At the end of the day, they will still go and vote.
No, they do. They do care. They do care that even when you are mate, a mate plays a vital role in the transport sector.
Yeah.
Because when you are mate and your driver is reversing and there is a big ditch and you don't tell him stop,
you offer.
And he go down into the ditch with passengers, he will kill all of them.
Yeah. You
cannot be a mate because how many times has the president left the shores of Ghana and handed over the country to you? You are as a spare driver. A spare driver has a license, except that he doesn't have a car.
Yeah.
And so when there is an available car, he can drive because he's qualified. When you say you are a mate is not authorized to drive. And a good mate, mates play a very important role. You are a bad mate. To the point that when Nana Akuffo was going astray, going wayward, you decided either you didn't know and that you are lying, or you knew but you wanted Nana Akuffo to go and fall in a ditch. In all the two, you are a bad mate. And Ghanaians cannot trust you. You said the dollar was 3 cedis 75 pesos. Heaven should break hell. Today the dollar, I just changed. No, I just changed now. 13 cedis.
Let me check.
No, I just changed. The paper is in my car. I just changed dollars right now. 13 cedis. 13 cedis. Even the Zambia people.
12 cedis, 82 pesos.
No, that is interbank.
Yeah.
Go to the Zambia people and see 13.2, 13.5. Me, where should I go to? When you go to bank, you won't get. So this one I just bank to guide. I just changed some 13.
Wow.
Okay. So definitely, you are the head of the economic management team. The economy has grown from 15% inflation to 54%. debt to GDP ratio has grown under John Dramani Mahama 57%, which means that for every 100 cities that we get, we use 57% to service our debt and use 33% for development. You give it to 104%, which means that when we collect all our money, we still have to go and borrow to be able to come and pay and service our debt. The two of you, who knows what? You know, cement, it was 24 cities. Today it's 1995. Kenke was 1 city, 50 pesos and 1 city and 50 pesos. Today Kenke go and buy 5 cities. A piece of fish like this, and then it was 50 pesos. Today it's 10 cities. So how can you do this?
But Honorable, don't you think that when those things, those examples you are giving, is it not the normal Ghanaians that are causing some of these things, not the government?
No.
Because
is
it the government that is doing? Because look, a situation whereby I plant my crops and then I have food stuff. If I'm coming to sell it, it is not the government that is going to tell me how much to sell it. For instance, I go to let's say bush, I kill a rat or I kill a squirrel, any bush animal, I bring it to the roadside. Government has nothing to do with it. I'll just stand there. I will see Honorable coming. Honorable, how much is it? We'll be 700, 1,000 Ghana. That one, the government has nothing to do with it. Example, the same way as the kinky. So that one, I feel that is the Ghanaians that are inflating the prices.
Okay. So as a president, your concern is what is used to do maize? To do kinky.
That's the maize.
So if NDC time maize was being sold for 170 a bag of 100 kilogram, today I just send money right now to Ejura 5.5.
550 cedis.
That is Ejura. Accra is 700.
Okay.
And then you say you are going to do planting for food and jobs.
Yeah.
That money was brought by John Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Maybe you don't know. $220 million
okay.
from Canada. It wasn't going to be used for what they used for. It was going to be used for extension services. Agric extension officers to be every corner so that they can advise for the yield to increase.
Okay.
And that is why we were having food. If there is food, the farmer, the buyer will not increase it. So if he goes, transportation.
Okay.
And this time, fuel was sold for 14 cedis a gallon.
Okay.
Today, fuel is being sold 14 cedis a liter.
Okay.
4.5 liters make up a gallon. So if I go to buy my maize, and that time I pay 10 cedis a bag, and today I'm paying 90 cedis. What do you think? Who cost them?
Yeah, so it will affect the cost or the price of it.
We are talking about big time farming, subsistence farming, which this one that you are talking is a hobby.
Okay.
We are talking of people whose livelihood depends on farming.
Okay.
You said something. John Dramani Mahama's time, was it not the same transportation? Why is it that the kenke was cheap and they were using it for politics? John Dramani Mahama's time. Why was Akuffo saying that kenke, 1 city kenke na mo kenke, way, and John said, aye, kenke 1 city. You don't say it yourself, kenke 1 city. So now, that time, no, now abroad there. Now, is it not? It's a different thing.
No.
Now, Kenke is 5 cities. Have you ever heard him talk about it?
No.
He spoke about this State of the Nation address just last week or something.
Yeah.
He never mentioned about the Galamsey. Go and look at our waters.
Very, very bad.
Today, Ghana, yesterday, Ghana Water Company has won. That Accra, everybody must look for Anchor, yes, stones you, because water is going to be very scarce in Accra. Because they cannot even get money to treat the water. You know, so if all these things are what is happening, and this is time, they were giving free fertilizer to cocoa farmers. So cocoa farmers were producing plenty cocoa.
Okay.
When NDC was handing over, they handed over that year 969,000 metric tons. This year, Akuffo is struggling to make 500,000 metric tons. Produced buying division, NDC time, we were selling, they are a government institution, employing thousands of Ghanaians. They were the people buying the cocoa. Okay, PBC, you hear PBC.
Yeah, PBC.
Okay, that time they were buying 30% of Ghana's cocoa. Other companies were buying, but they were buying 30%. Today, MPP has collapsed them. The court has come, they've sold their properties.
Wow.
Now, if we are doing this, cocoa is the mainstay of Ghana's economy. Why is cocoa going there? Because all the lands have been turned into galamsey. They are selling their cocoa farms, cutting them to do galamsey. Who are those doing the galamsey leading? MPP ministers, chief executives, chairmen, including their MPP chairman in Ashanti region. What's the name? Ashanti region chairman, my friend is a chairman Untumi.
Okay.
Farming, forestry, he has entered. And Akuffo had the guts to come and say, oh, according to Wanko, he was in the forest. So please, things are so bad.
Yeah.
They don't have any message. They've come to the 8 years. 8 years is the maximum that we give to a party. They've gotten it.
Yeah.
We need to go back. They say they won't take a loan. NDC time, the total loans was 120 billion. Today, as of yesterday, 640 billion. 640 billion. Where is the money? John used only 220 billion, the whole economy money, to do what he has done. University of Ghana Hospital, Rate Hospital, E-Blocks, Afari Hospital in Kumasi, Tech Hospital. Look, so many water expansion. You have gotten almost 840 billion. Where's the money?
But then I want to ask this question. John Mahama is coming back. And
John Mahama is the only alternative now. Yeah. Nothing can stop it, inshallah. God has written. So and let them say they are aware. Their plan is to steal.
The 4 years.
Yes.
Will he be able to fix it? And even if he say, I mean, not fix it, but is he going to be able to salvage the situation? Because if he comes and then he's not able to salvage the situation, he's going to, I mean, he has done something good. And if he comes, he have only 4 years to, be in office. And after his office, it doesn't look like there is. Are you also expecting to, go into the presidential aspect of things? Or
the issue is that if you have a cocoa farm and fire start burning, will you say that you will wait for all the cocoa farm to burn, or those that you can salvage? You will go and cut and start water so that you put up the fire, and then the cocoa that is left, you protect it.
You salvage it.
You salvage it.
Yeah. NDC,
John has to come and quickly put a stop to the rot. The rot that is going, they're stealing.
Okay. All right.
Daytime stealing, serious stealing.
Okay.
Robbery, murder. How can you go for election and kill 8 people? Somebody running and somebody who's bent down with the AK and kill him from his back. You know, you need to salvage the situation and make sure that the rot is stopped.
Okay.
When you look, corruption is too much. How can somebody who is an environmental minister, some people can steal $1 million and you are not even aware.
Yeah.
The money is so much that they start stealing. You are not aware. 300,000 euro, millions of Ghana cedis. Why should you go and stack sick money in your bedroom?
That's serious. And order to, deliver back to her.
Yeah, Akuffo and others. They went to the court and they ordered. So, but when your own public prosecutor that you appoint describes Akuffo Madina, that is the mother of all serpents, mother of corrupt, he is the most corrupt person, and then he's training his ministers to be more corrupt. If the president is like that, what will say?
So let me ask you my few questions. You see, it looks like the first one I'll ask you is, Ghana, do we have money?
Where is the money? Ghana, we have cocoa.
Okay.
We have bauxite.
Okay.
We have gold.
Okay.
We have. When John was going, he was only having 1 well. Now, through John's efforts, he was able to leave 2 more wells. So Ghana, we are now producing almost 200,000 barrels. I was the chairman for Mines and Energy.
Okay.
During our time, we're producing 90,000.
Okay.
80. Look at where petrol prices has gone. So that money is there.
Okay.
Now we have a lot of, to the point that we've even gotten lithium.
Yeah, we have lithium, the one for the battery. And we are giving just few very small, infinitesimal percentage. So now, Ghana, there's money in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay. Now, just this year, there was an AFCON. And the AFCON that was held at Cameroon, right? No. Ivory Coast, yes. So the ultimate winner was supposed to go home with $7 million. And Ghana
But this one you say you know the answer. Why? Ghana went to Dama 8 billion.
8.5 billion.
$8.5 million.
Sorry, $1 million.
Yes, and they said they had spent 4 million during elimination. So as for these Ghanaians, you have to ask Ghanaians.
So the question I'm asking you is, why is it that when we are like there are certain things that Ghanaians, the government can use the money to do. For instance, when you go to Kolebu, the dialysis machines over there, as I say, we don't have. And is it that we are having missed priorities? Because even now there is All African Games going on, and Ghana has spent $196 million. Meanwhile, dialysis machine does not even cost that much, but we don't have some. If you go to this particular dialysis machine I'm talking about, at least every regional hospital should have. But even in Accra, it's only two hospitals that are even having it. Why is it that Ghana?
You are lamenting. This question should not come to Sorogho. This question should go to Akuffo. It should go to Bawumia. And it should go to Okfoyata. Because even Light Off in the stadium, when they were doing Light Off, where on earth that such monies are pumped? Ghana, we are not even making it. I'm told that now we have 1 gold and some silver.
We are not doing anything.
You know. And so the question that you have to ask, the dialysis machine, they needed 4 million Ghana cedis to fix it. You are talking about that. When Bawumia was going for the primaries, he spent 80 million. 80 million. Somebody, Kolebu needs 4 million. 19 people died because they didn't have it. They couldn't do their dialysis. And so these are the questions that is the question that people will use and they will never vote for Bawumia. You were asking whether NDC can come. NDC time, this wasn't there. Never. Hospitals, who built the hospitals? NDC time. Agenda 111, have you even seen even one completed? You know. So please, as for these questions, it should go to them. They are just stealing the money and they are chopping. We are not doing anything. We are just spending money left, right, center. Especially now that they know they are going to go off. Omo fene unsa kan de ana. Unsa kan de. Mundi bi o fabisi o ade na enye yi. They are aware. When we went to Asinoff, you heard what the Asinoff MPP chairman said. When the man was saying, and it was recorded. He said, look, I got MPP in himself in 2024 mfa mpanimfo no mo so ma start di BCC area. Scanner ban yen so mfa bi nto na wo jimi no mfa bi anto a wo no nkwara na bebre. And it was recorded and it was everywhere. So for now there is nothing that they can do again. They've gone to their width. They've run off ideas. And for a president to say that I know Ghanaians are suffering, but for now, there's nothing I can do. The next leader will come and solve it. Even to any serious country, it should have been booted out. Vote of no confidence. But we are in Ghana. And so please, the youth, you people, your peers, I don't think you go and vote for MPP. I don't think my sister will go and my daughter will go and vote for MPP. So as you go around, I realize you are bitter. Your future, you see what is right, and it's not being done. So your future. So please advise the people, you bloggers, you can write stories and do several things. Explode. Get annoyed. We are not annoyed. Ghanaians, we just talk and we don't do anything. How can you use $240 million to go and build Bank of Ghana head office? $240 million to when Kolebu needed 4 million. 4 million cedis is how much? It's not even maybe about $200,000 over. But nobody cares. So that is it.
Missed priority is not awesome.
Missed priority, but very soon the opportunity is there. And that is why we are saying that on 7 December, you don't have any choice. Go and vote for John Dramani Mahama and vote for the corresponding MP of the NDC, the candidate. So that when we come, we can bring back life. We can quickly salvage what is left, put a stop to it, and start building Ghana again. But for now, we don't have our educational system is in a mess. The children are coming to stay home between 3 and 4 months. They go for 2-3 weeks and they come home. That is the end. Nothing. How can they use 68 million Ghana cedis? TTC can 680 billion. See, they are called printing Pasco. Ghana, Pasco, to come and distribute to students.
For what?
Ask the question. Ask the question. Ask the camera. For what?
For what? For what reason? Like firing.
Ah,
It's not as if the past question is even going to. It's past question. So
that's what I'm going to You think that this money went to Pasco? Now call Pasco and do 10%. All the big hotels that you are seeing, they are building. All the big filling stations, they are building. Look at what Kennedy Japan said. He said, why are the MPP stealing all the money as if there is no tomorrow Ghana? When you are young, so many years can so I'm fine. Yeah, Ghana, Juma, or my cost taxes can approach it. Massa, God bless you.
God bless you too for your time.
Okay.
Guys, so this is why I'm going to leave you on this one. See you on the next one. Please, on December 7th, go and then vote.
Vote well. Vote JDM, John Dramani Mahama, and vote the NDC candidate so that we can come back and at least salvage what is left, put a stop, and start building. God bless all of you.
All right. I'll see you this time.